Good morning, NBA basketball fans, man. When I tell you that these playoffs have been amazing, Steve-O, these playoffs have been amazing. We're going to talk about two incredible game fours last night. I didn't even go to sleep. Normally, I fall asleep on that second game. I was awake for both games. They were riveting. We also got two more game fours tonight. Hopefully, they can live up to the hype. We're going to discuss all of that right after this.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.
All right. Welcome to another episode of NBA Central. I'm your host, Big Bro. We got Steve-O Speaks in the building. Y'all already know if you like what you're hearing, hit that like button, subscribe button, that share button, any button that you see, go ahead and hit it. And as long as it ain't the exit button, you dig. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us every single day. And man, we just gonna jump right into it. Last night, the first game of the night, we had the Philadelphia 76ers behind James Edward Harden Jr.
That even his real name.
Hey, it's going to be his real name today. Philadelphia defeats them 116-115 in overtime to tie their series. James Edward Harden Jr. hit the game-winning three off a pass from Joel Embiid into the corner. Jaylen Brown kind of sank down a little bit to try to double-team Joel Embiid to prevent him from hitting the layup, and that gave James Harden all the daylight he needed because he was on. He was cooking again for the second time this series in 4 games. He took care of business. What you think about the game last night, man?
I mean, hell, he better. That's what we expect out of him. I mean, I'm just saying, that's what we expect out of him.
It ain't what you expect. You expected him to not do anything else for the rest of the series after that 45.
You're damn right, because that's what he usually does. And I mean, till you show me otherwise, that's what I'm gonna believe. But I'm seeing otherwise, so I'm just waiting to see if he can keep it up because them two is the only way they're gonna make it through, and showing that way because everybody else, for the most part, didn't step up at all.
Yeah, Joel Embiid and Harden carried the Sixers, and that's something to be worried about for the 76ers. Like, literally, nobody else showed up. Like, Maxey, he had, 14?
Yep.
I mean, that's not too bad for I mean, obviously, you want him to be more consistent. That's not too bad, but the rest of them guys, PJ Tucker, Tobias Harris, the guys that they're depending on, George Niang, none of those guys really showed up yesterday or for the series, to be 100. But it seems like, at least at home, Embiid and Harden took care of business this time around.
Yep. But and it's only because it's only a key minor, well, not minor, I'll say major mistakes by Celtics, or y'all would have won. They would have lost. Only just what you gonna say?
I was gonna say, which mistakes you talking about?
It was just like certain shots that they took. Like James Brown took a shot that I was like, you could have waited. And just certain calls and even I feel like even the shot that Tatum made, like, bro, that was a push off. Like, you could have definitely got a push off with that. So it just they need to clean up certain things, and if they just cleaned up them certain things, they probably would have won.
Well, speaking of that push off, I think Doc Rivers he definitely getting fined. He was like, "Hey, go ahead, take my whole check" after the game in the post game conference. He had a whole conversation with the media about that situation, and clearly it was a push off. Even during a live call, I believe it's Doris Burke, she was mentioning how that's clearly a push off. It just didn't make sense, and the referee was looking right at the situation. It's
I mean, but if you think about it, bro, it's the culture. Because growing up, I remember vividly, like, everybody using that move, and then somebody go flying, and they're like, "Woo!" I'm like, that's not a cross. If you're playing any type of defense for real, and somebody slightly push you, you're gonna go flying.
And then even with the just the way the game was being called, like, they were calling a bunch of touch fouls, and then you kind of let that go. And that's what Doc.
And guess who's coaching that game? I mean, calling that game? Tony Brothers.
Yeah, I bet.
And Jay Williams keeps saying, "Oh, he's one of the best referees we got." Cap.
Yeah, I don't know about that. But hey, man, so Philadelphia was able to tie things up. You already know how I feel. Give me 7 games, and we are now to a best.
Shout out to Shea. He was right.
Best.
every time I say something for the end, it don't end. So hey, he was right.
We got the best 2 out of 3 now for that series. Whoever wins 2 games moves on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, over out west, we had the Phoenix Suns defeat. What's up, Train? Defeat the Denver Nuggets 124 to 129, and Booker and KD combined for 72 points. Not quite the 86 that they had the other night, but 72 was enough to get them over the hump because Landry Shamet, that dude was on fire, especially late in the second half, where he hit like 3 straight threes to keep Phoenix on top of Denver because, man, that boy Nikola Jokic was out there doing everything that he could. He had the type of game that I wanted Embiid to have, yesterday. Like the game of his life, 50 points, bunch of rebounds, bunch of assists. It just didn't happen. Embiid did enough yesterday to win, but that boy, Joker is no joke, man.
Bro, I watched that game with full detail. Like I said, I told y'all Joker's one of my favorite players, and I've been waiting for this Dirk performance. And if it wasn't for Larry Sherman, I honestly believe he would have won.
Yeah, I mean, because Jamal Murray showed up and Nikola showed up, but you didn't get much from Porter, Gordon, or Kentavious Caldwell-Pope. They did all right. They all got double figures, but I mean, the bench didn't do anything. They only played 3 players off the bench, and it wasn't
the same thing happened with Philly, which is confusing.
Well, they didn't have to do any. Like, it's one of those things where you got what's that? Almost 60 shots between Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray. So the ball wasn't enough basketball to go around. Michael Porter Jr., my guy, my dude, please attack the basket. 4 for 13 from the field, but 2 of 9 from 3. Like, dude, you are not a lights out shooter like that. Like, you 6'9", 6'10", go to the basket.
He need to go in this off-season and really work on his back because you is way too tall to just be a spot-up shooter, bro.
He needs to look at my man's out in New Orleans, the young fella. Brandon Ingram. Look at Brandon Ingram. Spend some time with him this season.
Look at the motherfucker you going against right now.
Exactly. Look at
KD. Like, get a mid-range, get a post-up game. Slow, like, every time I see you they pass you the ball, you're looking to shoot. Nothing else. You don't drive. You haven't drove to the basket since high school. Like, I don't know if it's because of your back. I don't know if because you having injuries, if it's a mental thing. But bro, you're 6'11".
And
get to the lane.
That's crazy because everybody that touched the ball for Denver yesterday that would have actually scored was shot above a 50%, and Michael Porter was the only one that didn't. And honestly, if he hits 2 or 3 more shots.
Yeah, I'm about to say 2 shots.
we're talking about a different outcome. We're talking about Phoenix losing a close one to Denver if Michael Porter is just a little bit more aggressive. But over on the Phoenix side, man, you had, Devin Booker. Like, you were kind of anticipating maybe an off night from him. He said, dude, I'm the most efficient person in the playoffs. He's averaging 37 points per game, and he's shooting well above 50%. Another immaculate, efficient night last night for him with 77% from the field and 75% from 3, man. Like, and he had another 12 assists, bro. Like, it's like he didn't step in.
He didn't turn to him. Everybody that was like reluctant to give him that superstar tag. It's about that time. He's showing that he's one of those players.
And honestly, to be honest, man, it seems like at least right now the injury to CP3 is benefiting Devin Booker because he has the ball in his hands more now. He's playing like more than exactly. He's helping push the ball. Him and Cameron Payne together are pushing that tempo, and it's beneficial to everybody except one person. That boy DeAndre Ayton. This is the situation right there.
But I got to speak on something real quick though.
Look at Ayton though. That's how it is. You got
definitely Ayton, just goofy.
Got Booker, and then Ayton out there. He started strong. He had like 3 rebounds to start the game, and then that was it. But go ahead.
And he blew me with that last little timeout because he was the most hyped dude going to the bench. I'm like, dude, you're not doing nothing.
Nothing.
So stop. But the whole situation with Joker getting the tech league, you got to clean this up, bro. You can't sit here and be giving players the tech, and all he tried to do was go get the ball. I forget how to pronounce the owner of the Suns. You're doing too much. Stop. What are you holding the ball for? You see him going for the ball, give the ball up, and then you get in his personal space, and then you want to flop when he gets you off him. If you're gonna act like that, if you're gonna act like that, go to the box. Stay in the box. Don't go to the court. Because if you're gonna act like a goofy fan, which you are technically. If you're sitting there down on the floor, you're a fan. You need to conduct yourself better. NBA, you should have kicked him out, not the other dude. You should have kicked the owner out. Yes, kick him out. He touched them. He gave up. He that could have affected the game in a big way because it was 4-5. That's why he was trying to go get the ball so he could outlet the ball. But no, you want to hold on to the ball and insert yourself in the game, cause a whole other moment for what?
And honestly, I didn't understand how do you get a technical for interacting with a fan? Like I don't understand, or a person that's not a part of the game. I thought technical fouls typically involve players, coaches, things like that, and referees, of course, but not people sitting in the audience. I was very perplexed. Clearly, I was.
They just saw it's just like everything. You see a big dude shove somebody small, you automatically think the big dude in the wrong.
Yeah, but even if he was in the wrong, what does that have to do with the game? Like how does he garner a technical foul for something that happened with the crowd? Because like for example,
Goofy.
when Dennis Rodman when he kicked that photographer,
Cameraman.
yeah, I don't think he got a technical for that. You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
know.
Like it was just he kicked him, got up, keep on going, and he had a lawsuit. So like it didn't make sense to me how an interaction with somebody that's not a part of the game overall. Because even still with that Shea situation earlier with Shannon Sharp, wasn't no technical because of Steven Adams and John Morant arguing with Shannon
Right.
Sharp. Like that was weird to me. So you
I,
absolutely right.
it just they saw things get physical, and you know they just trying anything with a crowd going about. They gonna take you up now because of the matters of the palace thing. Anything they don't want anything to start anything. So,
So
but
before,
like I said, you if you right there, you should have seen Joker was just going for the ball, and they made it super difficult for him to get the ball.
yeah, that was unnecessary. Coming up next, we got two more pivotal games for us tonight. Which team's got the best chance of tying up their series? Man, I love this series, man. This Phoenix and Denver series is what I thought it would be. Because it's too many stars, it's too much star power. For this to be anything less than 6 or 7 game series, and we're gonna get that. Hopefully, of course, 7 games. They bro love 7 games, and then of course out east it's the same way, man. I feel like I was kind of writing Philly off as well. I didn't think they would have enough, especially the way that they came out during the MVP performance for Embiid. But hey, they doing what they can to keep things in. Winning that game one really helped them.
Facts.
Surprisingly, winning that game one really helped them. So they basically stole the game and added. So this is going to go at least 6 as well. So shout out to those guys. But tonight we got a really big game between the New York Knickerbockers and the Miami Heat. Game 4, Jimmy Butler. We got hobbled players all across both teams. Jalen Brunson is injured a little bit. His ankle messed up. Same thing with Julius Randle. You got, I think Quigley went out with an ankle injury at the end of the last game, and he's pretty much the only person off the bench for the Knicks that's been performing pretty well. Maybe that frees up some time for D Rose if he can't go tonight. We'll see. Free D Rose. But man, who you got tonight between the Miami Knicks? The Miami Heat and the New York Knickerbockers?
Uh, just for the sake of competition, I'm gonna go with the Knicks.
Yeah, that game 7 mentality. Yeah, I see where you're going. I'm on the
Cause
same thing.
I'm really nice. I don't need this to go 3-1.
Yeah,
I need this to be a fight. Because this is supposed to that's gonna be 2 series I predicted to go 7 and they went 6 or 5.
nah.
Like it need to stop. So
you
yeah,
ain't
I
you ain't
need
trying to
y'all
hear it from the
fight.
comment section. You don't want the
Exactly.
comment section on your ad.
I mean, I don't care about all that. It's just me personally. I want to see. I love '90s basketball. I like
Yeah,
to see a defensive minded game. So I would like to see that to go to 7. That's just me personally, though.
amen. Yeah, I'm picking the Knicks as well because you already know I need 7 games. It's basketball season coming to an end, baby. I don't want it to be fewer games. Let's get more games. You
And I'm
did?
about to say, I think you already know what I'm gonna pick for the next game.
Yeah, we're gonna jump right into it. So we got the Knicks beating Miami tonight. Knicks, don't let us down, Knickerbockers. Tom
No.
Thibodeau to coach those boys up. Jalen Brunson, let's get it going. You did the LA Lakers versus the Golden State Warriors. And I'm not picking Golden State to win just because I won 7 games. I'm picking them to win because they're embarrassed right now. They're a wounded dog. Those guys are champions, and they acted like bottom feeders the other day. They acted like they'd never been here before. the other day. I do expect a big game from Klay Thompson because he followed up his major performance with a dud. I do expect a really good game from Draymond Green because he typically follows up the situation like he had this last time with a solid performance. And I expect Steph Curry to be ready to go nuclear. And we know how AD's been so far this postseason, on again, off again. I don't think he's going to fall off a cliff this game like he did the game in game 2, I believe it was. But I do think he's not going to be, 25 and 15, 3 blocks and all of that stuff. And who knows how LeBron is going to perform. D'Angelo Russell played out of his mind as well. And 40 free throws from the Lakers, I don't see that happening again. I think Golden State should get this win tonight for a myriad of reasons. And, of course, Steve Kerr and his coaching staff, they always make the proper adjustments to prepare their team at least to have an opportunity to win. That's why I'm picking Golden State to get this W tonight.
I'm going the same way. I need y'all to. Ain't no way y'all follow up that same performance after getting embarrassed. Y'all gotta come out shooting, playing y'all game, and y'all not gonna shoot as bad as y'all did. Like I just don't expect that. So I feel like they're just gonna come out. Curry gonna be on one. Either Curry or Clay gonna come out on one. The coach is gonna be tighter. I'm expecting Steve Kerr to throw out something slightly different. I know they probably gonna expect the deny from Steph to come tonight, so maybe they try to switch some things up. But yeah, I'm expecting Golden State to come to LA and have the LA performance and take it back to San Francisco.
Tied 2-2, and that'll be dope. If with every second round series tied at 2, that would be music to our ears over here at NBA Central because we can't have this type of content without games. So let's get it. All right, y'all already know how we do over here. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us over the past weekend with the live predictions. So those are always fun. Interacting with the gang in the comment section and the whole gang here with Hayes, Bobby, C-Dub. That's always fun. But y'all already know, follow all of the Central family. We got the Chicago Bulls Central, Chicago Bears Central, Chicago White Sox and Chicago Cubs Central, Chicago Sky Central, and of course, the Cognac Gang, Shot Bulls Podcast with C-Dub and Bobby. Y'all already know how we get down. I'm Big Bro. We got Steve-O over there. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us, and we're going to holler at y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Welcome to the #1 place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.